Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to being well-informed. We bring you the facts, maybe a few surprises, and hopefully keep you hooked along the way. Today, we're plunging headfirst into something lots of sports fans might have strong feelings about: sports streaming. You know, what happens when a service promises the world, like the Netflix of sports, but delivers something less. Yeah, we're zooming in on DAZN today. That's DAZN. You've probably seen their ads. They were really pushing hard during the recent FIFA Club World Cup. And we've got a great source to guide us, a YouTube review called DAZN Review, Worst Sports Streaming Service in 2025, from Savage Reviews. And let's just say it doesn't pull any punches.
No, it really doesn't. Our mission here is basically to unpack what this review says about the whole user experience. We'll look at the pricing, which is interesting, some of their business practices that seem pretty surprising, and just try to get the bigger picture. Why is this service being called, and this is a quote, a masterclass in how to alienate customers?
Right. It sounds like a classic case of vision versus, well, reality. And when the review uses terms like masterclass, it's not kidding. We're talking everything from, apparently, potato-quality streams, like watching sports back in, I don't know, 1998, to a cancellation process the reviewer flat out calls a pure scam. So yeah, this should be quite the deep dive into sports streaming today. Okay, so let's peel this back. DAZN launched with this really big, attractive promise, right? The whole Netflix of sports streaming thing.
Absolutely. That's the dream, isn't it? All sports, on demand, slick interface, no cable bundles. It sounds amazing.
It really does. But what did Savage Reviews find? How did that vision stack up?
Well, that's where it gets interesting. The review immediately throws cold water on that. Instead of Netflix of sports, it calls DAZN the Fire Festival of entertainment platforms.
Oof. Fire Festival. That's a comparison.
It tells you a lot, doesn't it? It signals this massive gap between what they sold people and what they actually got. A real warning sign.
And how did the reviewer even end up looking into DAZN? Was it just random?
Not exactly. He actually mentioned viewers were asking him about it specifically because of all those ads during the FIFA Club World Cup.
Ah, okay. So people saw the ads, got curious, and wanted to know if it was legit. Makes sense.
Yeah, so he investigated, and his core finding, pretty blunt, he calls it a masterclass in how to alienate customers. And not just that, but doing it while charging, quote, premium prices for potato-quality streams.
Premium prices for potato quality.
Wow. Yeah, so it's not just about failing, it's about actively pushing people away while demanding top dollar. It makes you wonder, what's the strategy here? Seems like there must be bigger issues.
Let's talk about those premium prices then. That's usually a sticking point. What are we talking about cost-wise? According to the review, it's $30 a month, or you can pay $225 for the year.
Right, and you really need context for that. The reviewer points out that this price is actually more than Netflix, Disney Plus, and HBO Max combined.
Combined. Okay, that's significant.
Exactly. So you can see why people would have really high expectations, right? And why they'd be so upset if it didn't deliver. It's a key part of the frustration.
So what do you get for that price? What's the promise?
Well, the review mentions it's mainly positioned for exclusive boxing and MMA. They've definitely got some big fights there, and also select soccer matches, which is a big deal for, international football fans. On paper, it sounds pretty specialized, maybe worth it for some.
It does sound potentially compelling, yeah. Exclusive content is always a draw. But here's the fascinating part: the massive disconnect with what users are actually saying. The reviewer talks about the Trustpilot reviews painting a horror story, which is strange because he also notes DAZN lists something like 4.6 stars out of 5 from thousands of reviewers.
Wait, 4.6 stars, but also a horror story. How does that work?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It makes you wonder. Maybe lots of people have an okay time, but when things go wrong, they go really wrong. Or maybe the rating doesn't capture the depth of the frustration for some users. So what are the specific complaints? What's the horror story part? Well, the review mentions constant buffering, which is like the #1 streaming sin, right?
Absolutely.
But worse than that, streams looking like they're from a 1990s dial-up connection. Pixelated, blurry, just awful. And apparently people were missing entire halves of matches because of buffering and connection drops. Imagine paying $30 and missing half the game.
Infuriating doesn't even cover it. And then, to make matters worse, there's the customer service. The review describes it in a way that makes the DMV seem efficient.
Wow, that's not a compliment.
Not at all. So you're struggling with a bad stream, you've paid a lot, and then you hit a brick wall trying to get help. It just makes everything worse, doesn't it?
Definitely adds insult to injury. But okay, bad streams, bad service. But the review mentioned something even more troubling, right? about the business practices, especially cancellation.
Ah, yes. This is where it gets really concerning, according to the source. It sounds like a pattern. People sign up for a free trial, standard stuff. They decide it's not for them, cancel during the trial period.
As you're supposed to.
Exactly. But then, bam, they still get charged. Lots of reports of this happening.
Charged even after canceling the free trial. How does DAZN explain that?
Well, this is the kicker. When users contact support, DAZN reportedly demands 30 days notice to cancel.
30 days notice for a free trial.
Yep. And they refuse refunds based on that. So even if you cancel on day one, they might argue you still owe them because you didn't give 30 days notice during the free period.
Yeah.
It kind of breaks the whole idea of a free trial, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. That sounds, well, deceptive.
And that's pretty much what the reviewer concluded. After apparently getting charged himself despite canceling early, he called it a pure scam.
A pure scam. That's strong language.
Very strong. It's not just a glitch. It's an accusation of, deliberately misleading practices.
So this isn't just bad service. It feels like a potential violation of trust. What does this whole cancellation mess suggest about, consumer rights in this streaming age?
That's a really important question, isn't it? In a world full of subscriptions, how clear and fair do cancellation policies need to be? How much responsibility do these companies have? And how do you, as a consumer, protect yourself from these kinds of, traps? It feels like the free trial isn't always so free anymore.
A very good point. Okay, so the paid experience sounds rough, but the review also mentioned the free tier, saying it really showed DAZN's true colors. How so?
Right. Even if you weren't paying, the experience described sounds intensely annoying. It points towards some pretty aggressive monetization. People just trying to watch the Club World Cup for free reported getting hit with ads constantly, and not just during breaks.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the review says upgrade banners every 4 minutes during the matches, while the game is actually being played.
Every 4 minutes. During gameplay. Imagine watching a final, the winning goal is about to happen, and boom, pop-up ad covers the screen.
Exactly. It's hard to imagine a faster way to make someone absolutely furious, right? Not exactly encouraging an upgrade.
Not at all. Sounds like the opposite.
And it got even more frustrating. Apparently, some of these weren't even normal pop-ups you could just close. If you clicked to try and dismiss the ad, you'd accidentally exit the entire stream.
You're kidding.
Nope, you'd have to restart, reload, watch more ads. The reviewer joked it was like they hired someone whose only qualification was making people rage quit.
Rage quit design.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds intentionally hostile.
It certainly sounds that way, like they're trying to wear you down into upgrading or just giving up entirely.
So, just to connect the dots, high price, bad quality streams, terrible customer service, scam-like cancellation, and now super intrusive ads even on the free stuff. And you mentioned the quality again. The review kept bringing up that 360p resolution that would embarrass a security camera from 2010. That just sounds awful all around.
Pretty much, yeah.
So what does Savage Reviews suggest is the reason why this seemingly desperate approach?
Well, if you look at the bigger picture, the review dives into DAZN's financial situation. And it's not pretty. Apparently, the company lost over $500 million just in 2018. And the source claims it's been bleeding money since launch.
$500 million in 1 year. Okay, that's a lot of money to lose.
It's huge. Running a global sports streaming service, buying those expensive rights, it costs a fortune. Losing that much consistently puts immense pressure on a company.
And it wasn't just financial trouble, right? Didn't the review mention legal issues too? Yeah, it didn't know that DAZN got sued in Germany. Something about deceptive contract practices and excessive price adjustments.
Exactly. So now you've got financial losses and legal challenges over the very practices people are complaining about.
Right. It starts to paint a picture.
It does.
Right.
The review basically connects these financial and legal problems directly to those desperate monetization tactics.
Mm-hmm.
When you're losing that much money and facing lawsuits, maybe those aggressive ads and tricky cancellation policies start to look like, necessary evils from the company's perspective, trying to grab revenue any way they can.
Even if it completely alienates your customers in the process.
Precisely. It explains the why behind the user frustration, even if it doesn't excuse it. It suggests a company really struggling to stay afloat.
Okay, so let's recap this deep dive. DAZN promised the Netflix of sports. But according to Savage Reviews, it ended up feeling more like the Fire Festival of streaming. We heard about premium prices higher than Netflix, Disney Plus, and HBO Max, combined for what users reported as potato-quality streams, endless buffering, and just a generally terrible viewing experience.
Yeah, and then there's the customer service issues, that really difficult cancellation policy that felt like a scam to some, and those incredibly intrusive ads even on the free tier, all potentially driven, it seems, by some pretty serious financial difficulties and legal troubles for DAZN.
Right. So what was the final verdict from Savage Reviews?
The bottom line was pretty stark, basically. Stay away unless you're absolutely desperate for specific boxing matches and enjoy the thrill of potentially getting scammed.
Wow. Not exactly a ringing endorsement.
Not remotely. It's a significant warning, really.
It definitely is. And it leaves us, in you listening, with a big question to think about, doesn't it? What does this whole DAZN story tell us about the challenges of making it in the really tough, competitive world of sports streaming? And maybe more importantly, how much responsibility do these platforms have to actually deliver what they promise, especially when charging premium prices, even if they are struggling financially?
That's the crux of it, isn't it? It's a complex situation, and DAZN's story is certainly a very telling example.
Absolutely. And if you want all the details, you can always check out that Savage Reviews video yourself. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.